About several months ago, I posted a video that showcased the town. The town. Ooh, the town with the red roofs and the big white castle. It was a nice video. I really enjoyed it. I got to put some tracks in from the YouTube audio library, and it was interesting. First time doing that. But what has transpired in the meantime? Well, the city has grown a lot. Quite a lot. The city is enormous. It's huge. We've put in more of the town hall. We've put in more houses on the north half of the city. We've even installed quite a bit of the northern wall that separates White Rock from the wilderness. And that Charlestown down on the north end. You don't want to talk about the riffraff up there. They're the poorer folk. This is a rich town. And we got to include some very interesting things, including the square with this church, and every single house in here is fully furnished. The only thing that I haven't gotten to yet is the town hall. We'll get there, eventually. But little would you suspect that underneath the town there are secrets. There are farms beyond your wildest imagination, like a mushroom farm, and a dark oak farm, and an ultimate tree farm, and a nether fungus farm, and a concrete converter, and the basalt and cobblestone farm that all snake in to this TNT blast chamber that actually has never blown itself up. Fun fact. Apparently when you build things properly, they work. Who knew? And it has a zombie spawner and a massive 2x2 spruce farm that has been adapted to use dispensers just in case TNT duping is ever patched in some way or other. And we've even added more ships, more recent additions from the creative mind of Lord Dacker. Go look him up, he's fantastic. These two ships are his, and as is the third one, without any, with just the rigging, with no sails in the background. And here we have my ship, based on Lord Dacker's design, based off of his design style, done in the same style. But he's never done a man of war like this. I mean, he did the Victory, but it I don't know, I didn't really like it that much. But I built this in the sort of the same way, and I really enjoyed it. But the castle now has an actual town to go with it. It's wonderful, and we have back there is the lighthouse that was designed by Mythical Sausage in the style of Pearlescent Moon. And on the other half, we have another tower, another lighthouse, designed by Gemini Tay. The castle, talking more about the castle, it's diorite. It's not based off of B-dubs. Please don't suggest that, because, well, I mean, B-dubs isn't the first person in the world to think that diorite can be used to make things look decent. The idea of a white castle actually came from Mythical Sausage, and this main building here that I'm circling is lifted largely off of his design. It sets sort of the precedent of the style of the windows, about the height of the floors, how big things should be, relatively speaking. And based off of this, I built all the extensions. The custom trees here are based off of designs by Fwip. Obviously, any castle of this level of detail is going to be inspired by Duke Conrad 1 from Conquest. This entrance hall here, I largely based off of my visits to Cardiff Castle in Wales. The main tower here is one of Mythical Sausage's builds. This round tower here is based off of a Victorian build on the World of Kralis server. I'm going to look up the book that tells me what it is in a second. Another Mythical Sausage build is this 5-peak tower. Fancy. I designed this courtyard in a way that would make showcase the mushroom portion. And let's have a look. Internet Cafe and Zero Fry. Those were the two builders that built a tower very similar to this, that I truncated various portions and I compressed it down into something that would fit onto that specific spot. Now, building this only takes about 20 hours, but designing it takes ages and ages and ages, and looking at Pinterest for hours and hours, and then looking at Google and thinking, can this be done in Minecraft? Can it not be done? I don't know. And then going back and forth and back and forth. I need to look at my files to figure out this this wagon is definitely based off of a design that was on Pinterest, and I do have the original image saved on my computer, so I need to find out who it is to give proper attribution. And if I do post this video, it's going to be in the comments, in the description, because again, we must always pay tribute to those that came before, the giants that start everything. This tower here is a little bit based off of a tower that was featured by Flip in one of his single player builds. You know, it's very difficult to make tower tops. I have this compulsion to make each of the towers completely distinctive, because, and I tell you this, if you go to Venice is a city where you can see all of these church spires that poke up off of the red terracotta rooftops, and no two of the spires look the same, and you can almost sort of, if you sort of have an idea of where they roughly are, you can actually sort of pinpoint where you are within the city based off of that. You know, if you're not actively looking at a map or your phone at that exact moment. And across the ways, we have the North City, the older city. And this city is still under construction. More builds. That tower has bothered me to no end, because that design is based off of something that was on Pinterest, and I have searched and I have searched to find the original source, but no, you just get repins of repins of repins of repins. I can't find it. It doesn't exist. Unmythical Sausage clock tower. It was a really lovely clock tower. I really love the way that the trapdoors make it look more circular than if they weren't there. Here I've mishmashed a few of Mythical Sausage's towers. You'll find that he's probably the main inspiration behind everything. Like, the guy is a genius. Go check him out. If you aren't already. Why aren't you? Say hi to him and say hi to Bubbles. And the first castle I ever built, I was insanely proud of this. Now, another idea that came up is we have the Green City, and we have the Red City, and I've always wanted to build a snowy city, and we have this stretch of green land that juts into the snowy tundra biome, and I keep thinking, oh, why don't we build a small, again, medieval town, and we'll be done with it. And that will be the town with the black stone roofs. Black stone and dark oak is going to be the next endeavor. And here I am only just putting more and more and more and more things on my plate because isn't that what personal creations are for? Just making them larger and more expansive. Yeah. So that's it.